State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. And an alley to run. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Cardinals. As his guys are in for 6. Cardinals have taken the early lead. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because they're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big win early.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's third down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Out of the gun now on third down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch him by surprise.
On the give, this is their fullback. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is when we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kenny Clark with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility. And that's caught inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. And they'll go on the ground. Finding room to the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First down, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's convert.
And they'll run it here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Sliding out of the pocket. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Back to throw now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. And that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. More from the desert after this. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's their quarterback. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He finds an opening past the 40 and gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready? Black 22.
A first down throw for Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Screen, triple C. Screen, triple C.
Jameis to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They run it again with Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful. And now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Kenny Clark in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yards that time on the punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Cardinals. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they're running right through it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Watch out for 86.
Winston now. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second down, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms.
Now the ball comes loose, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
No, Jack, Patrick!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to a full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a give to Taylor. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point. And our score stays right where it is. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Here comes Grant on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Jameis now on first down. The left side caught by Diggs. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It was Eric Reed in on the stop. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Winston to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw is incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. John Johnson with the INT. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
of the gun. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
They're going to keep it on the ground, and he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. And now we've got a one-score game, at least a little light at the end of the tunnel.
Is that what we call a glimmer of hope?
Glimmer of hope.
Because they've got to get an onside kick and then find their way into the end zone before time expires. Glimmer, or what's less than a glimmer?
I don't know. You're the one that knows all the big words. A sparkle? A sparkle.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we're going with.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like,
and this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Elliott now to kick this one away. Field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Arizona, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.